elevation. Big blunts, dope boys wanna smoke with me. Now we ride double M's through the whole city. Niggas talking down, but they always feel me. A 9-figure nigga, all I wanna talk is business. I seen a big mouth get a closed casket. Self-made, took over the whole racket. A kilo after kilo, see who moved the most. 200-foot yacht, she wanna see the coast.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Goofy Investing, where we talk about investing in the stock market. This is the underground. This has always been the underground channel where we got the real hustlers here trying to multi-bag and so forth and doing it the real way with real advanced investor fundamentals, okay? So today we're going to be talking about, once again, my chosen one, Semrush. All right. I want to talk a little bit about the business model, why I think that this company is a great opportunity, what I'm doing about it. I'll reiterate my $1 million play, and we'll look at the actual intricacies on how I'm going to get there from a share ownership basis, averaging in, strategy of price action, projections, all that good stuff. All right. So within the past month, or I'd say the past 6 months, we've had some more compression, 32% off on the actual price action. We're reaching levels that I never thought, quite frankly, that we would reach in years. I've been monitoring this actual stock for years before entering the position. We'll pull up my portfolio and disclose that position and what I'm doing about it. All right. So currently, I have invested over $51,000, cost basis $7.22, 7,116 shares. Positions down overall 2.26%. We're in the bottoming ranges. We'll go back to the price action. There was slight weakness here right after the earnings, and this is when I bought huge tranches of orders into the upper $6 range, $6.80 ish, to be and a little under 30,000 worth of stock purchased at that $6.80 range. Okay. Will we see that again? I think that there is a possibility that we see this go under the sevens again if we get more mass market volatility during the remainder of the earnings season, and maybe some one-off existential event drops the market where you may get a rare buy window of just hours of those prices. Keep in mind, when the equity went down to these levels, it didn't stay like that during the whole trading day. So the trading day actually closed in the upper seven ranges, or the lower sevens range. So those are far and few between buy lots or buying opportunities that I've seen with Semrush. Overall, the actual price action support levels is right around this $7 range, where I assess me personally that this is the bottoming range. And quite frankly, I think that there's a good possibility we trade at these ranges. I think we get a little more of an uptick more at the end of December. But all in all, that'll be a temporary drive as the equity, I think, will bleed back down to the low seven ranges where it's at right now. All right. So what's my intent with the actual position building? All right. We'll come back to that. But first, all right, let's look at why I think Semrush, what is one of the main investment theses of this company that makes it so special, that differentiates it from all the other companies. All right. This company is an AI marketing technology company. All right. So with that being said, a lot of companies in the spurt of the AI revolution, they have put .ai on their tickers. They have announced, they're very public about they're a pure AI play and so forth, and they're going to change the world. Semrush is different. Semrush is a company that's pivotal, that changes as the world is changing. Okay. This is a reactionary, pivotal company. All right. And that's very effective in this type of worldly environment. with everything changing all of a sudden. This company, I've monitored them for years, and their ability to pivot their business model, reallocation of capital. The allocation of capital is on a whole nother level. This is a well-run business, and that's an understatement from what I've seen. The financial metrics are near flawless, even though we're seeing slowed growth and a little compression of margins in this type of depressed environment. I'm a bull in a bear segment, all right? With global marketing, all right? Marketing is under bear market. There's global tariffs running. There's low consumer sentiment is at near 20-year low. So as a third tier, as a third tier consequence, this marketing segment is under bear market because when consumer confidence is low, there's less sales, they're more pickier, cost per clicks go up, the economics are more depressed, and so forth. And that's been a macro headwind for Semrush and a perfect opportunity to capitalize on a macro tailwind on the backside. When will that macro tailwind be? I project it may be sometime next year. I'm not 100% convinced. A lot of this actually has to depend on economic forms of policy, mainly lifting of global tariffs and so forth. If the stimulus thing is really a thing and it happens, that can be an actual tailwind in this business model that'll boost consumer confidence. And with the financials, your weighted average cost of capital, your WACC, and lowered interest rates, we can easily see a re-rating on this equity on the upside. How much is the upside? With the even with reversion back to just what's fairly valued, global tariffs lifting, interest rates lowering, consumer confidence going up, cost per clicks going down, equity can trade easily go to $20 and be set at fair value. Okay. Right now, we look at their valuation with their amount of cash. Their enterprise value is 800 million. All right. And looking at their actual sales consensus estimates, they're set to do 444 million at the end of this year, which they should hit the mark. But reading between the lines and looking deep within the company, where is the seed of growth? Where is the future of this company that's going to drive revenue growth, drive it past a total pie of sales segment to overlap their existing business? Well, they've recently launched their AIO product, which is a mirror or AI version of their SEO product and in a combination of their AI toolkit suite. And they just barely launched their Semrush One platform, which is so new that it's launched and they don't even have sales just yet. But we will see the productivity of those sales quarter to quarter. Last quarter, they reported that AI suite of products, including their AIO and toolkit, AI toolkit was 10 million in ARR. Quarter over quarter growth projection is 30 million in ARR. So from Q3 to Q4, I'll pull up my spreadsheet here on my quant tracker and what I'm expecting. They sold 10 million in ARR on their AI suite of products. They're guiding about 300%, 3x quarter over quarter to 30 million ARR in AI suite products. All right. After we get that, we're going to be able to have a quarter over quarter comp. And then that's going to further set the foundation for us to track the growth of their AI suite. All right. This AI suite's TAM is underrated. I got the TAM up there, more so past consensus estimates as far as analyst coverage of what they think the TAM is and so forth. The tailwinds on this equity is crazy. The risk versus reward is just, it's uncomparable. With the risk right now, I assess almost 0%, 1% chance of bankruptcy, but a multi-bagger yet to be seen in several multi-bags in the future to come. All right, we'll look at the price targeting on this. Just on my base case on the low end on 5 years, I got them at a 30 PE at a 20% net income margin with them doing sales over $1 billion. Even if they do $44 a share, my position here and my intent is to grow my position to 10,000 invested capital. We'll highlight this. I'm sorry, 10,000 share count. All right. So I got a little under 3,000 shares to go. I'm hoping the equity lets me buy this for at least 2 more quarters. My judgment of actual performance to the management and the equity and so forth doesn't start until Q1 reports. So, what do I mean by that? That means that what they report in Q4 is all going to be grace, but all the info and data will be added to the thesis. And then going into Q1, when they report Q1, is when we start judging as investors their performance, okay, and what's going on with the company. All right. Anywhere in between that, those 2 quarters of timeline, maybe you got about 6 months or so. I think that it's going to be more of an opportunity for me to just build up this position to that 10,000 share count. If I get up to 10,000 shares, strategically speaking, we'll pull out my handy dandy calculator. With a 10,000 share count, if on the lower end of my base case in 5 years up and they hit the targets, on the low end of the base case, if the stock is $44.10, as you see right here, my position alone in Semrush will be worth $441,000. Okay. So this is a $1 million play, guys. And $1 million play it is, as the potential to hit a mill, as if I have 10,000 shares and this thing goes to $100 a share in 5 years, which I think is very possible. It can happen. All right. 10,000 times 100, there's the mill. All right. So these things are not, how do you say? These things are not unreasonable. All right. With the price target projections I got on this and how big of a deal this company is going to be in the future, I think that they can do it. All right. And if I'm wrong and they only, get me on the mid end of the base case and we're at, how do you say, $50, $60 a share, big whoop. All right. I still won. Okay. All right. Because it's a huge, that's a huge jolt in investment equity. All right. So this company is an AI marketing company. It's a sleeper. I don't assess that. I think the market right now is flooding into AI investments where it's well known, and I think it's diluted. A lot of these companies are going to flop. Okay. Eventually, all this AI capex is going to kick in, and the ROI is not going to be on the other end, and a lot of investor capital is going to be torched. This is not the case. This company actually has sales from AI launched products. Okay. And this company has a forward trajectory of TAM, that's unspeakable to how big the company is right now. All right. If you're getting value out of the video, hit the like and subscribe button. Check out my Patreon. All right. I'm always posting stuff on investor development. Participate in polling. You'll get the latest and greatest on what's going on with me. I'm conducting deep dives on there with random video drops all throughout the week, as well as some other stuff that happens in my personal life as well. And different ideologies to look through. Invest with confidence, with a community beside you. Have more direct access to me. Check out the exclusive content. $9.99 a month. You really can't beat it free trials there until the end of November. So check that out. And if you don't like it, you cancel the subscription before it charges you. No harm, no foul. But with that being said, that's what I got for Semrush for the day. Comment down below. What do you think that this stock was going to be worth in 5 years? All right. I'm curious to see what you all think. With that being said, thank you all for your support. I love y'all and take it easy.